The giant clock in the Langston mansion struck midnight. Maria, the maid, stood frozen in the hallway, gripping a wrinkled telegram with shaking hands. Her eyes scanned the words again. Father has passed away. Funeral tomorrow. Her chest tightened. She had to be there. She took a step toward the door, but a tall shadow blocked her path. It was Victor Langston, the billionaire she worked for. His voice was cold and sharp. "You're not going anywhere." Maria's heart raced. Why would a man with more money than he could ever spend stop her from saying goodbye to her father? It wasn't just cruel, it didn't make sense. She had worked for his family for years, cleaning rooms and staying silent. But this moment felt different. She didn't know it yet, but the decision Victor made tonight would change everything. In just 3 days, the Langstons' darkest secret would explode, and it all started right here. No one knew it yet, but in just 3 days, the Langston family's perfect image would shatter in front of the whole world. While headlines were still quiet, Maria was drowning in heartbreak. She had worked for the Langstons for 5 long years. She was always quiet, always polite, never stepping out of line. Every dollar she earned went back home to help her sick father. And now, he was gone. Her chest felt empty. She had nothing left to lose. But deep down, something about Victor's refusal didn't feel like simple cruelty. It felt like fear. Why was he so desperate to keep her from leaving? Something was off, and Maria couldn't shake the feeling that the truth was much bigger than just a funeral. Maria couldn't let Victor stop her. Her father had passed, and nothing else mattered. So in the early morning, before the rest of the house woke up, she slipped out. She caught the first bus she could and made it to the funeral just in time. Standing beside her father's grave, tears ran down her face. She didn't care if she lost her job, this was where she needed to be. But when Maria returned to the mansion, something strange happened. Victor wasn't yelling. He wasn't angry. Instead, he looked scared. His voice was low and shaky. "You shouldn't have gone," he whispered. "Now they'll know." Maria froze. Know what? What was he so afraid of? She had only gone to say goodbye to her father. But now, questions filled her head. Victor's fear didn't feel like guilt. It felt like a secret was about to surface. And Maria was right in the middle of it. Later that night, Maria couldn't sleep. Victor's words kept echoing in her mind. Now they'll know. What was he hiding? She needed answers. The next day, while cleaning his office, Maria noticed something strange: an old wooden box tucked behind a stack of books. Inside it, she found a faded photograph. Her hands shook as she stared at the picture. It was her father, much younger, standing next to a teenage Victor. But they weren't just standing there, they looked like family. Brothers. Suddenly, everything made sense. The Langston fortune wasn't just earned through business. It was built on a lie. A stolen legacy. Her father hadn't been just a worker, he had once been part of this family. And now Maria knew why Victor tried to keep her away from the funeral. He wasn't protecting her. He was protecting himself. From the truth. From the past. And from what Maria might do next. Maria stood in front of Victor, holding the photo tightly in her hand. Her voice shook, but she didn't back down. "You didn't want me at my father's funeral because you stole his life," she said. Victor's face went pale. For the first time, he didn't have anything to say. His eyes dropped to the floor. The truth was out. Her father had been written out of the family, pushed aside so Victor could take everything. The Langstons didn't waste time. That same week, Maria was fired without warning. Rumors spread that she had stolen from the house. She knew it was all fake. A trick to keep her quiet. But Maria wasn't going to disappear. Not now. Not after what she knew. Maria watched from across the street as news reporters swarmed the Langston mansion. Their cameras flashed, capturing every moment. The headline was everywhere: "Billionaire built empire by betraying his own brother." People gasped. Victor's reputation crumbled overnight. Investors pulled out. His wife packed her bags. His picture-perfect life fell apart, all because of a photo Maria had shared. But Maria didn't cheer. She didn't post online or tell anyone what she had done. She just stood quietly, watching justice unfold. Then she whispered. For the first time in years, Maria felt free. Her father's truth was no longer hidden, and Victor's lies had finally come back to haunt him.